Hello and welcome to episode 13 of Same Person Radio, the most underrated podcast your eyes will ever see and hear. I am one of your hosts, Justin McFadden. I'm a sexy, slimming young man. Joining me, as always, from Washington, D.C. area, wearing a Wonder Woman hat, Steven Galvin.
Woo, Wonder Woman.
Yeah. Also joining me, as usual, he got his sound finally working on his laptop. Otherwise, he would have been watching us mime the podcast to him. Downtown Tony Brown.
Hello, I'm John Cena's partner. Instead of you can't see me, you can't hear me.
And for the first time officially joining us, his last name, if you took away the N and the R, it would be Coffee. Branden Coffrin.
Hi.
Hi.
Actually, if you took away the R,
Coffee.
Yeah, you missed the letter.
I was saying Koffa.
Whatever. You have to add an E. So take the R and N, split them apart, make an E out of that shit. There you go. You got some coffee. Welcome to the morning podcast.
Well, what if they listen to it in the afternoon, dummy?
What if it was Wednesday, July 31st? Is that even a Wednesday? I just threw a date.
I don't know, but it would probably be my wife because she's way behind. So.
Go ahead, better pound that right now.
All right, let's do it.
It's a Monday.
I bet you
Guys
got.
off.
That'd been pretty cool. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, like Justin said, to episode 13 of Same Person Radio. Steven, Tony, Justin, and officially joining us for the future is Branden. He'll be joining. What the shit are you doing?
My sunglasses are here, so I put them on.
Oh, Justin,
The future's so bright, I need shades.
Oh, true, I guess. So anyway, Branden will be joining us for all SPR normal podcasts, probably for the rest of, I guess, all the other ones too. Rest of the time. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm stuck.
You're in it now. One of us. One of. So he'll be joining us to, talk about whatever the hell we're talking about. What are we talking about today? We're talking about movies today. That's our theme for today's movies. Before we get into it, if you're listening to us on iTunes, YouTube, wherever you're reviewing, listening to us, please review, subscribe, like. Let us know if you're listening, because we see that people are listening, but we don't really get any comments or anything on our social media pages. So let us know. Just give us a little quick blurb about us, that you're listening.
Yeah, just a little holla holla would do.
Yeah, unless you're Melissa, because Melissa already gave us a holla holla. So
Yeah, we know she kind of listens.
yeah, she kind of listens. So some other news is E3, the yearly video game convention, will be happening starting this coming Saturday, June 10th, with EA. The next Sunday is Microsoft and Ubisoft, right? And then Monday is PlayStation and somebody else.
No, you mixed it up a little bit. Saturday you had right. Sunday is Microsoft and Bethesda, makers like Fallout and Skyrim and Doom and all that shit. And then Monday is, there's like a PC gaming show, and then there's Ubisoft and Sony.
And then Nintendo's on Tuesday.
And then Nintendo's Tuesday morning, yeah.
Okay,
But it's not like they don't do like a conference. They just do like a video thing.
Right. So either way, E3 is next weekend and the beginning of next week. We are going to do a preview show. Guess we're doing a live preview show?
Yeah, we'll do it probably. I'll advertise it live, and then it'll probably go up like Thursday for audio listeners.
Yeah, so Wednesday.
I won't get drunk so I can edit it.
Wednesday evening, you'll see we'll do a live stream of our E3 preview show, guest TBD. And then we'll probably do an E3 post-show review on the following Wednesday once we've gotten all the news and stuff. I think sounds about right, with potentially a larger cast, depending on.
Yeah. Well, didn't you say the following Wednesday you probably won't be able to?
Probably next Thursday.
You have something going on?
Yep.
So probably the following Tuesday or Thursday, depending on how your schedule works out.
Yeah. So either way, The following week after E3.
Yeah, just keep your eyes peeled to our Facebook, Twitter. Well, probably Facebook's your best bet, but Twitter, just keep your eyes peeled.
Yeah, keep them peeled like a banana.
Or just keep subscribed to our stuff, and you automatically get the notifications in your freaking shit. Just make it easy on yourself. Subscribe to us.
Subscribe. So, now that we've got that out of the way, how's it going, gentlemen?
Pretty
Not
good.
bad.
Brandon's about to go to sleep.
Yeah, good podcast. We're just gonna hear snoring. He's gonna be slobbering on his mic. Like,
Probably.
That's gross.
Yeah. Yeah. Just ask my wife. It's like, she's like, geez, you're just a sweaty fat fuck. The wrong guy.
I thought that was going down a way different path.
You went the wrong way on that one.
Tony, how you doing?
Doing pretty good. Getting ready to see Wonder Woman again today.
Again.
Fucker's gonna see it twice, and I haven't even seen it once. Fucking.
Step your game
You
up.
have a child, just find like 100 babysitters and be ready before that shit happens.
I thought you could say don't.
No,
If you have a child,
definitely do, because
we heard last time how awesome it was to be a father.
yeah, it's great being a dad. And I'm so lucky to have my wife and I'm coming Star Trek.
All right.
That's what happens. Someone gets gushed about when I get drunk.
It's never Tony or me or Brandon.
Goddamn
Not
right.
yet.
True. All right. Let's move on to today's topic then. All right, guys. This is a pretty important, serious topic. Your top 3 movies that are basically like non-superhero, non-sci-fi, kind of non-nerdy, maybe non-franchise, because most of the franchises are those 3 type things. So let's start with just one from each person, and then we'll go. Should we start with one, or go? Everybody gives a 3.
I was thinking we could just go with one. I actually ranked mine like 1, 2, 3, and I was just gonna
Okay.
start with my third, then go to my second, then go to my first. So whatever way you want to do it.
Okay.
You're the host. Guide the ship.
Guy of the ship. I didn't rank mine, so we can just do that anyway for people who did rank theirs. I did. I'm sorry, I lied. I have a number 1, but then my other ones are just kind of not.
Yeah.
They're even. So, all right, let's start with your number 3 on your list, Justin, since you're ready to go.
My number 3 is the movie Dumb and Dumber because it's fucking hilarious. There's so many memorable lines from that movie. I would just throw honorable mention to Anchorman and Tommy Boy. Those would have been my 4 and 5. Those 3 movies, I was like, God, those are like my 3 favorite like comedy movies, and I couldn't figure out which one to go with. But I just went with Dumb and Dumber because anytime that's on TV, I at least watch it for like a half hour. Well, I shouldn't say that every time because I don't really watch TV. Most of my thing is DVR or Netflix or Hulu at this point. So it's one of those things where it's like, but back in the day, like when I used to just like channel surf when Netflix and things was, anytime Dumb and Dumber was on, I was like, I'm gonna watch this for like 20 minutes, and then it's like, all right, I'm gonna go do something else. But it's just a funny movie, and it's just, I don't know, it's just one of my favorite comedies of all time. It's just Jim Carrey, and just some of the lines are just so stupid, like the one with the ads, like, oh, it must work out, like that whole thing, and then like just like they're frozen together because he peed, and it's like, I don't know, there's just so many things. But the whole fucking premise of the movie, my favorites, and then like the ending, they're like, you realize what you've done? It's 12 miles that way. It's like, no, there's like a bus full of hot chicks. They're asking for people that are like put lotion on them, and they're so stupid they don't even figure it out. So I don't know. It's just it's a fucking hilarious movie, and I love it.
You want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
No listeners.
I wasn't gonna do the noise, but I guess
I used to. Okay, see, true story. When I was younger and I first saw that movie, I went with my dad and my mom, and then literally I used to just do that in the car all the time. I'm sure my parents regretted taking me to that movie all the time, especially my mom, because
backhand.
Yeah, exactly. Shut up.
Your mom's like, kick his ass, Seabass.
Exactly. See, there's so much from that movie you don't even realize it's just from that movie. Yeah, because like before the podcast, where I was at the beginning of yeah, it was. Well, I don't remember, but I said you'll have to excuse my friend. He's a little slow. That's from that movie.
Oh, I remember now.
When they go up to the chicks in the bus, he's like, you don't have to excuse my friend. He's a little slow. It's 12 miles that way.
Oh, Dumb and Dumber, number 3 on Justin's list. Tony.
So wait, do I have to do what? I think
You don't
I
have to
was
rank
actually-
them.
You don't have to rank them. I just did. I didn't know what we were doing.
All right. Well, I'll start with Beverly Hills Cop 2. I love that. That's a very random one, isn't it? uh, I really love that movie because it's a blend of two things I really like, which is like 80s action movies, and also I like 80s comedy the most. Like out of all the like the 80s, 90s, and like 2000 thousands, I like the 80s, thousands, the aughts as they call them. I like 80s comedy a lot more, and I've always been a big fan of Eddie Murphy. Like that whole like Coming to America, Nutty Professor, like that from then to like back then. I always liked that stuff. So
You like the old Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, I like that. Not the
Dr. Doolittle shit.
Yeah, Nutty Professor. That was it right there. Once he he lost me a little bit. So, but no, it's just a really good action movie with comedy in there. You know, granted, since Eddie Murphy's a comedian, so
right,
it's just a really good movie, and I could watch it anytime, any place, at any point the movie's on TV. I'll watch it.
Yeah, I kind of feel like that's how it at least should be. Any of the movies that we have on our list, if you're just not really doing anything and you're scrolling through TV and you see that movie and you just leave it on there and you just start watching that movie. That's how I feel these movies probably should be. Brandon, number 3 on your list.
I'm gonna go with Goodfellas. You know, it's a really good mafia movie. It's got an awesome cast. Robert De Niro, Ray Liotta, Joe Pesci.
A lot of funny guys on there.
Yeah. What kind of funny?
Funny? You're amused. Go home and get your fucking shine box.
Yeah. It's intense, and then there's also like kind of like almost unintentionally funny moments throughout it, and so it's definitely one of the reasons why it's my top 3.
Yeah.
True story. If my dad was on this podcast, that would be his number 1.
Really?
Yeah, my dad loves stuff like Casino and all those types of movies. I just remember when I was really young. Obviously, I wasn't really allowed to watch it because it's pretty fucking violent. But I remember I walked out to get like a glass of water or something, and I just looked at the screen, and the guy's just in the driveway, just smashing someone's face with the butt of a gun. And I'm like, and then my dad's just like, I don't know if you should be watching this, but whatever, I don't care.
And then you go back to play Grand Theft Auto 3.
Is that right? Exactly. I'm gonna go back to shoot some hookers. See you later.
Right. I was actually looking, so I was like looking at my list, and I went to go see on like just Google searching like top movies of all time, see what other people had their list, and Goodfellas was actually number 1 on almost every list that I was.
It's a real good movie.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a really good movie. So apparently the internet thinks so as well. So my not really number 3, but in my top 3, first one is V for Vendetta. It's just like it's kind of like a political-ish thriller type movie, but it's one that you got to kind of think about when you're watching it, and you got to pay attention to. I like those kind of movies, whereas my wife doesn't, because she doesn't really like paying attention to anything. But V for Vendetta, Natalie Portman's in it. It's a movie basically about like Guy Fawkes Day and stuff like that. Just good action and a good thriller type movie. So that's number 3 on my list. Justin, number 2.
Number 2 on my list is Inception. It's kind of like you were saying, like a movie you have to think about, and it's just I had no expectations going into that movie, and then once I saw it, I was like, damn. Like, I'm not gonna give away the ending, but the ending, you're like, literally, people still is there like, did this happen or did this happen or what does this happen? It's like one of those movies that I just like stuff like that. As you'll get to my review, I'm reviewing Black Mirror season 3. It's the same thing with that. It's like a thing where you're watching, you're trying to figure out things like what's actually going on here, and it's just like a cool, like almost like a heist movie at the same time, but it's like with brains and putting thoughts, and it's like, I don't know, it's just a really cool mind-bending film, and I really enjoy it. I think DiCaprio did a great job in it, and I love the theme by Hans Zimmer. Surprise, surprise.
When does DiCaprio not do a good job?
Exactly.
I mean,
well, when you're trying to get on that fucking raft with Rose, you did a fucking horrible job.
So speaking of Inception and Titanic and Leonardo DiCaprio, have you guys seen the theory that all of his movies, or not all, but majority of his movies are connected?
I don't remember, but I remember I did read that.
It was Titanic, Inception, and The Great Gatsby, whereas basically in Titanic he dies and like floats down, and then Inception, and then it's actually like The Great Gatsby, I think. or like it's The Great Gatsby, then Titanic, or something like that. But it was like, man, this kind of makes sense.
Isn't it weird? Like when that shit kind of comes up, it's like, wait a minute, this actually makes sense. Is this actually real? Like I'm in your head, you're like, I don't think this is actually real, but is this real?
Right. Well, isn't that the premise of Inception? Oh goodness. All right, Tony, you're number 2.
All right. My number 2 is, which I'm actually, it was in order, but I'm gonna flip flop them because this movie was gonna be number 1, but when I think about the other one's number 1. My second one is Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Have any of you heard of that?
Yes, I've seen it with Steve Carell and.
Nope.
Wait.
It's with Jim Carrey.
Oh, I'm thinking of fuck. What's the other movie with sun in the title? Little Miss Sunshine.
Yes.
No, I have not seen that movie.
So, this is another kind of movie I like, which is kind of so. There's a very kind of like science fiction-y thing in it, but I don't count the movie as science fiction. I count it as like a romantic-ish kind of movie, where it's Jim Carrey and Kate Winslet, and I forget they're a couple and they break up. Are you okay, Steve?
Yeah, sorry, I was reading it on IMDb as you're saying it just to kind of see.
Yeah, it's a very weird movie.
Yeah.
It's basically a movie where Jim Carrey and Kate Winslet, they're a couple, they break up, and I guess in this world, there's a technology that you can like wipe people from your memory. So like if you break up with somebody, it's like, I don't want to think about them anymore. You go to this place and they wipe you from your memory. They wipe them from your memory. And the movie's basically them going through Jim Carrey's mind, trying to wipe her from his memory, and he decides that, oh, I don't want to forget her. So it's him in his mind trying to hide her in his memory. So, but it's just a very good movie, and it's about love and all that jazz. And I like the score. And I've heard a theory that this band I like, Circus Survive, their first album, that if you play it with the movie, it might go along with the movie. Because the last song, because the last song in that album is called "Meet Me at Montauk," and they at the end of the movie, they meet each other at Montauk.
Huh.
So, it's a very good movie. You should check it out. Very good movie.
So IMDb classifies this as a drama, romance, sci-fi.
So yeah, just take the sci-fi out.
Well, the thing about Inception. Inception's kind of like a sci-fi-ish thing, but I was like, well, it's more like a heist, like drama. That's like not. It's just the world they're in is like science fiction. It's not. It's like a future movie. So it's like anything that's future is automatically sci-fi, even if it's not the main focus.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I'm gonna count it. Fuck it.
We got an 89 Metascore from Metacritic, so
it's very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
I kind of want to see it. It sounds like something I'd like.
Yeah. It's a good like drama, Jim Carrey. Because I mean, I don't think he doesn't do anything funny in the movie. It's more of a serious Jim Carrey, which is very good. I like it.
I've actually liked the other Jim Carrey movies that were kind of serious, like one that was
like Mask.
Somebody
stop me!
The number 13.
Yeah.
Or number 23. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
13.
So, like,
no, that's the episode of today.
Right.
Does Truman Show count as a? I think it's kind of funny.
It's pretty serious.
Yeah.
To be honest, that was gonna be. That was one of the movies I was tossing around was Truman Show, just because it's such. When I first saw it, I was too young to understand what the fuck was even really going on, and then once I saw it again in like high school, we watched it for some class. I forgot why. I was like, well, damn.
All right, Branden, number 2.
My number 2 is Fight Club.
Man, I'm curious what number 1 is now.
That was also gonna be on my list. I just couldn't decide. There's so many. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's just one of those cult classic movies that everyone loves, and even though everyone knows the twist now, it's still probably one of the biggest twists in movies. And then after you see it, you just like have to go back and watch it over again to see all the clues and stuff like that. And then the cast is awesome. Edward Norton and Brad Pitt are awesome. So
that they are. But you mentioned.
Oh, and Meatloaf is in it, which is awesome.
Meatloaf.
Bad out of here.
The greatest actor that ever lived.
He couldn't even stand on stage, right? Damn. Well, you mentioned it now, so therefore you're out of Fight Club because you mentioned it. My number 2 is Inglourious Bastards, another Brad Pitt movie. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it,
that might be a theme today.
Might be a theme. Yeah.
I actually have another one.
Oh goodness. No, not Titanic. This is Leonardo DiCaprio.
Titanic 2 with Brad Pitt.
Right. Inglourious Bastards. It was just. It's got comedy. It's got the action. It's got the storyline's really good itself, and I like. It's kind of raunchy and like gory and like kind of gross, but not in like a Friday the 13th type thing. It's like this guy got shot in his head and you just see it explode. Like I kind of like seeing that kind of gore and type of stuff.
You sadist.
I know, but overall, I thought it was a pretty good movie, and I think all of the people in it. I really like what is his name? Christoph Waltz.
Mhm.
Waltz. Yeah. Yes. Exactly, Justin. I like seeing him playing the bad guy most of the time. So
It's on Netflix too. So if anyone wants to go watch it,
it's on my list, but my wife won't watch it. So again, seems to be a recurring theme there.
we should make like a podcast called "Things Our Wives Won't Watch." Won't watch.
This is the podcast that never. Oh goodness! All right, here's our number ones. Tony,
You're skipping right over me.
Justin.
Like we don't give a fuck about your number one, or you saving the best for last. My number one was Mad Max Fury Road. It was another movie I went into the theater to see that I had little expectations, but like the visuals, just the story, it was just everything. Like Mad Furiosa, like everything about that movie, I just absolutely loved. And like one of my friends was like, "Hey, I'm going to see this. You want to come with me?" And I was just like, "Yeah, all right, I'll go see it." I was like not really even that really interested to see it because I have never seen the other Mad Maxes really. And I was just like, I'm gonna go see this, whatever. And then like when I came out, I was like, that may have been the best movie I've ever seen. Just like the action, it's just like intense action the whole fucking time. It does not let up. It's like pedal to the metal the whole time. And I just really, 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 really love the movie.
The music was really good with the action too. They did a really good job with the scoring.
Like I'm really excited I think they're doing a Furiosa movie just with her, and I'm excited to see that. I think Charlize Theron did a really good job with that role. It's kind of cool that they kind of promoted, even though it was Mad Max, they promoted a female character as well as kind of balance it out a little bit, which I kind of like when they do stuff like that. So I don't know. I just really, really loved that movie.
It was a really good movie. It was one that, like you said, you went to the theater and watched it. We were just kind of sitting around the house, and I was like, "Oh, Mad Max is like, it's coming out. Let's just take a look because everybody's saying it's pretty good." And so we watched it one day, and I think Josh was over potentially, and we like just sat down and watched. And I was like, "Man, this is a really good movie."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's something it's not something that like. See, the thing is like. The weird thing is I don't think it won many awards. I think it may have won like a visual or maybe like a sound award or whatever.
Probably.
But like it wasn't in the running for like best movie or like best actor or actress or whatever. And so, but it should have been. At least I thought it should have been.
I thought Charlize Theron won for it.
Did she win? I thought she was in the running, but she didn't win.
I don't know.
You can look it up. We'll go to Tony.
Yeah, but real quick, that movie I definitely want to get in 4K because yesterday my parents, I use my parents' Netflix subscription, and I go on to my TV in the Netflix app on my new 4K TV to go. I'm like, it's like for $2, do you want to upgrade to 4K? And I'm like, Mommy, can I add $2 for 4K? And she just puts shaking my head, yes. And I was like, yeah. So then we started watching that Black Mirror in 4K, and I was like, damn, you can actually notice the difference. That was one thing I was so worried about with it getting the TV was like, I was just going to get like, oh, this looks kind of the same. It's a little bit better, I guess. But it was like actually noticeably better. So, but that's definitely a movie now that I've seen that I want to be like, I want to get that in Ultra HD and actually watch that shit. Because I bet you it'd be like real fucking cool.
So I just want to let you know that Amazon has the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray for $23.78. So just to let you know that.
Cool.
Which is awesome. Might actually order that.
Can I actually say something about these awards real quick?
Jesus Christ. Was I way wrong?
Fury Road wins the most 2016 Oscars. So it definitely won a bunch of awards.
Was it any? I thought it didn't.
It says
maybe I was with.
It lost in the best. It looks like it received 10 total nominations, and despite losing out in the Best Picture category to Spotlight, Mad Max Fury Road was clearly a favorite among Oscar voters.
Huh. Maybe I was thinking of the Best Picture. by itself. Whatevs.
It won costume design, film and makeup and styling, production design, sound editing, sound mixing. Yeah.
So my thinking behind it was like those ones that you said, you don't really see them on TV.
Yeah, it's true. It's not like the actor or best screen.
Right. That's what I was kind of thinking of with that one.
Yep.
But either way.
True.
All right, Tony's been waiting to tell us his favorite movie of all time.
So anywho, no.
Don't let us down, Tony. Don't let us down.
I probably will. My favorite movie of all time is Seven. I love that movie with like Brandon said, Brad Pitt. You know, funny enough, Fight Club and Seven, directed by the same person, David Fincher, who does fantastic movies. But yeah, Seven is my favorite movie of all time. I like it. I'm very big into like crime movies. That's like crime and like those mystery crime thrillers are like my bread and butter.
Yeah.
And
It's in the box.
it did kind of suck because when I first saw the movie, I think I knew that part. I didn't know about not to spoil for anybody. I didn't know about who the killer was, the actor who it is. But I think I kind of knew about what was in the box.
Oh.
But you know, it was a very good, you know, kind of mystery-ish movie. And you know, Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman, they work very well together. And like I said, it's probably my favorite David Fincher movie, and he is probably my favorite director with all the movies he does. So
Seven. Is that the one that we watched when you were here?
Yeah, the one. Yeah, we actually got Aaron to watch that.
Right. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. She actually.
We got Aaron to watch that. Surprisingly.
Wow.
Yeah, I think there was probably a trade-off. Like Tony and I had to sit there for 3 hours to watch Gilmore Girls, but I'm pretty sure.
I think I already did that by the time.
Yeah, that's true. But no, I really like Seven. Was actually going to be Seven was one of my honorable mentions too on my list, just because.
What number was it?
It was number 7 of
7.
Get the fuck out. No, I really like that movie too. I think Brad Pitt did a really good job, and like you said, that's one of those movies that's like they classify as a thriller, but it was actually a thriller. It was kind of like, you know, Michael Jackson style. All right, Brandon.
All right, so my last one actually also has Brad Pitt in it. It's called Snatch. And
is this a porno?
No. Have you never seen it, Justin?
No, I know what you're talking about.
Okay. It, in my opinion, is still one of Jason Statham's best movies he's probably been in. Basically, like there's a few different storylines going on. It's like a few characters are looking for a diamond that's got stuck in a dog. Or a dog ate, and then Jason Statham's character is trying to get a boxer who's Brad Pitt to throw a fight, and there's a lot of stuff going. It's almost like a Ocean's 11 style, like mystery sort of type, where you know it's like you don't know exactly what's going to happen at the end because the plan isn't fully enveloped to you. It's actually a really funny movie. And it's just like really brutal movie at the same time. So that's definitely why it tops my list.
Man, it sounds like Brad Pitt does a lot of those hilarious yet brutal movies.
Yeah.
And he's really good at it.
So Justin, what's your favorite Brad Pitt movie? Since all of us have had a Brad Pitt movie.
What's the
Mr. and Mrs. Smith?
No. The one where they show his butt and he's like got long hair and he's Achilles.
Troy,
that's my favorite. No, I was kidding. Fight Club is probably my favorite. And actually, funny enough, I didn't see that movie till like 2011.
Thelma and Louise.
I'm almost thinking like all these movies and everything we're talking about that I haven't seen. When I'm in DC, we should literally just have like a day where we just sit down, wake up, and just watch TV and movies all day and get me caught up in life.
You keep adding stuff to this list of stuff for us to do.
The whole fucking vacation.
Right. We're not going to sleep.
We're gonna get you caught up.
Yeah, some of us have to work.
Some of us have to work, Justin.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so me and Gal, I got you.
Yeah. All right. You at least I feel like Tony and Brandon should know what my favorite movie is. It's completely different from all the movies that we've talked about so far.
It's Shrek.
Pokemon the first movie?
No.
Pokemon the second movie.
Well, Lugia.
Yeah, it's all about Lugia. No, it's actually The Lion King.
Oh fuck! I didn't even think about Disney.
Oh, yeah.
but you're right.
Yeah.
Derpity.
So- Derpity, yeah, see?
Question.
That's a derpity question. Yeah, so my favorite movie is Lion King, completely different from all of the other movies. There is violence, but it's not gory violence. It's not Brad Pitt, killing somebody like that. One of the first movies I remember watching when I was younger. I just loved it. Loved sing-alongs. It's just, the best Disney movie ever. It's the best movie ever. So it's just Lion King, That's it.
It's not much to say. It's the Lion King.
That's it. It's like I said. I mean, what are any of your movies turned into a Broadway musical? I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure there's Mad Max Fury Road
they-
musical.
Yeah, I know.
Are they making your movies a live action movie? No.
I want to see the Goodfellas musical.
Go get your fucking shine box.
Man, you should become an opera singer.
I know, right?
I am excited for the live action Lion King movie though, with Donald Glover, and that's all we have, right?
Seth
Donald Glover
James Earl Jones.
Oh, that's right. James Earl Jones,
Yeah.
Seth Rogen, and I can't
Damn.
remember the other guy's name.
Billy
Suzanne.
Eichner.
Yeah, sure, that guy.
And then possibly Beyonce as Nala.
I hope not. I'm fine with. I mean, it'd be fine, but at the same time, I feel like they could do something. I'd rather pick someone smaller that could get.
Be careful, Justin. Those hive, they'll get you.
The Beehive's coming for me. No, what I'm saying is she would be a fine choice. Please don't come and sting me, Beehive. After watching Black Mirror, I'm more afraid of bees now for the rest of my life. But anyway,
Spoiler alert! Damn.
okay, never mind. You'll. It's not a spoiler. It's like literally the whole premise of the damn episode. So, anyways,
Beyonce's
but
killer.
I just feel like they could pick someone a little bit smaller. That's not as big as Beyonce. Not in size, feminists. Settle down.
Damn.
I'm saying she's pregnant. That's why. I get it. All right. Anyway.
less known
Wait,
actor or actress.
Wait, question. Maybe I missed something. Is it gonna be people in the movie, or is it
No
like
one
action-
knows.
No, they're
like
just
the
they're
Jungle
still
Book.
voice acting. They're still
Oh,
I think
voice
they're
acting.
voice acting.
Did you watch the Jungle Book, Tony?
I've seen clips. It's a real boy, but the animals are real animals, right?
Yeah.
Well, not real
Yeah.
animals.
And then the
yeah.
bear is voiced by Bill Murray.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Well, that actually had a really good voice cast.
Yeah.
Let's threw me off when Justin was her being pregnant and stuff. I was like, oh, what does that
Oh
mean?
no. Yeah, no, it's
She's
all
a
voice.
pregnant.
It's all voice. I thought what is the girl? The woman who played Maz in Star Wars Force Awakens?
Lupita.
Yeah.
Nyong'o.
Longo.
Yeah, I thought she'd be a pretty good choice for
Mhm.
Nala.
Can she sing?
Everyone
Rock
can
can't
sing,
sing.
Brandon.
True.
God.
Yeah, they
Can
can
sing
make
well?
their voices sound fine. Can Beyonce sing? I mean, geez.
Oh shit! You just got it.
She has.
Canceled.
Oh God, there's bees outside.
Yeah. Just for the last little tidbit on this thing, my only honorable mention that we haven't mentioned is Boys in the Hood. I just think that's Cuba Gooding Jr.'s best fucking movie. He is so good. Yeah, no shit. I don't know. I just think that is such a good movie. That's one of my dad's. I bet you that'd be in my dad's top 3 as well. He just likes that kind of shit. So, yeah, that movie's good. And then I think it's not Lawrence. Is it Lawrence Fishburne? That's the dad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a really good drama movie, and just kind of that time in the '90s when Compton and all that shit. It's just a really, really good kind of dramatic movie. If you've never seen it, definitely watch that.
So
Yeah.
so Goodfellas and Boys in the Hood. I wonder what your dad what's the third one in there? What's the
Probably, if I had to guess, it's probably
Princess Bride.
right.
I think it's
probably
Don't be a
Casino.
menace to South Central while
Okay.
drinking your juice in the hood.
He just likes gang, mafia, that kind of crime, that kind of shit, drama movies like that. That's his. Well, actually, one time I was watching Lord of the Rings, and he's like, "Oh, I saw the trailers. It looks good." And he got through the little prologue. 5 minutes into it, he's like, "Yeah, fuck this shit. I'm out."
Where's Joe Pesci?
He's like, "What?" He's like, "No one's been. Their face hasn't been smashed by a gun yet. What's the fuck?" You're like wizards. He's like, "Fucking nerd."
I feel like he said that to you throughout your whole life.
What was that?
I said I feel like he said that to you throughout your whole life.
Fucking nerd. Fucking nerd. Why don't you
Right
go
to the
outside and get some vagina? I'm like, it's not on trees, Dad. God.
Back in my day, it
Oh,
was.
goodness.
Back in my day, I walked outside and it flocked to me.
Those pussy willows.
Man, we got real not safe for work. Explicit. So also side tidbit. So Justin, did you know that they have a Mad Max Fury Road Black and Chrome edition?
Yeah, isn't it like in black and white?
Yeah.
Yeah. They did that with Logan too, which actually the funny thing. Oh, that would be a nerd movie. No, so never mind. I still gotta watch that. But I might just
watched it.
No.
I haven't actually cracked. I haven't cracked open the Blu-ray case yet. So if you want me to hold on to that, and then we can watch it when you're here, and
we can watch it snuggled up on the couch.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
I don't know if that couch is made for snuggling. Actually. Either way. So let's move on to the news section.
Copying podcast beyond. Time for some news. Greg Miller, don't sue me.
Yeah. News topic 1. So Monolith's game Shadow of War, which is the sequel to the first Lord of the Rings game that I can also not remember. Shadow of Mordor. Yep, Shadow of Mordor. Has been delayed from August 22nd until October 10th. So only about a month and a half delay. I have my reasons, but hear what you guys think on it.
We're gonna fight.
Somebody.
I'm okay with it. Like, take as much time as you need to make it as good as you want. You know, I'd rather it come out in October and be like really good, as opposed to August and like, oh, there's glitches or whatever in it. And you know, I really love that game. That's one of the games I actually platinum. Shadow of Mordor. I actually platinumed that on my PS4.
Oh.
I really like that game. Granted, it uses the Batman Arkham games combat.
Right.
That's neither here or there. But interestingly enough, I heard a rumor as to why it got pushed back, and I don't know.
What's that rumor?
I don't know. Well,
no, I believe that I know what rumor it is, and I agree with you.
Were you gonna say that in your?
No. You can go ahead. Justin's getting mad about it because he knows what the rumor is too.
I read a rumor. Somebody said that was supposed to be like that was announced as one of the first like Scorpio games or something, like the first game that uses Scorpio. That's what I heard, and that it was pushing it back to kind of coincide with that. Which I don't know. I don't kind of believe it.
So that's my thought. That's not the main reason, Tony, but that's my thought too. And Justin is completely 180 degrees against that.
Well, I feel like they wouldn't have, if that was the case, they wouldn't have like said August at first.
Yeah.
Unless somebody said something to him like, hey, why don't you, grease little palms? Hey, why don't you wait a little bit?
Go ahead.
Brandon, what's your thoughts first, and then we'll let Justin.
I've never played the original or the first one, so I don't know too much about the game. I mean, I agree with Tony for the most part. It makes the most sense to have it delayed for, I guess, towards that rumor of the Scorpio. Other than that, yeah, I mean, I'm always okay with them. I would like to play it earlier, but I mean, if it means it's going to be a better game because of it, delays are always okay with me.
Yeah.
So.
I hate that it seems just a little criticism about the game. I'm excited for it, but it seems very busy, just because it's more like grander now, and like you have to. I think you take over cities now. I think.
Basically,
I think that's right.
Yeah. It just seems very like a little much, but I'm still excited for it.
Yeah. All right, Justin.
I didn't play the first one. Is this one like directly story related to the second one?
I believe so.
Okay. Well, just wait for the thing to be on sale. It's usually on sale for like $7 for like the Game of the Year edition. So like if you want to play the first one, there's that first point. Now let's get to the fucking thing. Here's why I think the idea that it got delayed for Scorpio is crazy. Why would you delay a game from August where there's nothing coming out till October when Assassin's Creed, South Park, and probably 6 million other games are coming out, and you have to compete with every other game just for Scorpio, which is going to have the lowest install base for that game of any game or any system. I just don't think it's going to happen. So, and like I think it's just for polish. It's literally for polish because you see like Mass Effect, it came out, it launched, it was glitchy, it was this, it was that. And now that game is like people think that game's like, oh my god, it's the worst game ever. Whereas it's not even a bad game. It's a good game. So as we've probably said like 1,000 times in this episode. So, or not in this episode, this show. So to me, I think it's just them. Like, we're going to get this right. Maybe. Okay. So Scorpio comes out in October. I'm going to get a pie in the face, but that's fine. Cause me and Steven have a bet on this. But the thing is that may just be like I think if that happens, it's literally just going to be a happy coincidence. Maybe that's why they picked October. Maybe they were going to delay it regardless, but they're like, we got to delay like a couple months, and they're like, oh, okay, or it was like a month and a half. I think they delayed it. So, but I just think there's just too many. It's just too much at risk for them to delay from August to October because of Scorpio. Like, it's not going to sell that much more because of Scorpio at all, if at all. That's just my reasoning on it.
Well, when you get into extra pie in the face, and
Wrong.
I'm playing Shadow of War on my Scorpio in October. So
well, yeah, you will because Scorpio will already be out. So
true.
But we'll get to our E3 predictions next on Wednesday.
Goodness. All right.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those things where it's like I don't know. I just don't. There's just a lot of at risk with sale. You just don't do that move lightly just to go to Scorpio, which is like I said, it's going to probably be expensive and. There'll be people that buy it. Obviously, I mean, we already have 3 people. Or wait, 2 or 3.
I'm buying it.
I'm buying it.
I'm buying it.
We got 4. All right, we got 1 million people. Everyone's buying it. So, but
so my only thing is, I have been arguing with you, over the past week about the whole Scorpio thing. But my thing is, it isn't the reason that they moved it wasn't for Scorpio. I do think it's something like polishing type thing. But the reason that they selected only a month and a half out and the date they did it is because that's when Scorpio is going to be looking to come out, and like to have it be a marketing thing is basically.
So you're saying that it was just kind of like, all right, we got to delay this. Oh, well, Scorpio comes out here. We'll just delay it to here is what you're saying.
Yes.
That I could see. But there's people online that are like, oh, I bet you Scorpio comes out that day. That's the only reason they did it. That, in my opinion, is like, no, that makes no sense. You wouldn't delay a game if it's ready a month and a half just to be on Scorpio when there's going to probably be not that many people that own Scorpio compared to PS4, Xbox, regular Xbox One, and so it's just like you're not going to hail the court, right to that thing.
My thinking was the developers were like, hey, we need just 1 more month to get some stuff polished.
Yeah.
Can we push it back? And so then the higher ups are like, okay, let's look at it. Okay, we can do this because Scorpio is coming out X date. So we can push it a month and a half. It'll give you a little extra time. We can get some extra marketing, and we're good to go.
That I could see.
All right. Let's save that for E3. Mindfuck of the week. All right. So you may have seen this. You may not. So Nike, probably the top sports brand, I'd say, in the world. Maybe Adidas, I don't know. Anyway, Nike has built a running track in Manila, the Philippines, and it is the world's first full-size LED running track. So basically, it's in the shape of a shoe, which is kind of funny. The track itself is a figure 8, and they've put LEDs it's like an LED wall on the inside of the tracks. So what happens is you wear whatever shoes that they give you, and up to 30 runners will run a lap, and then in the LED screen will actually be a ghost of yourself. So you're basically racing against yourself. But it's like, you're on the LED screen as you're running along the track. You watching it? Yeah.
So they basically been watching a lot of Flash, huh?
Yeah. So, up to 30 runners can partake. You wear these special shoes, and then the sensor just basically shows you your avatar running across the screen. And it's like all neon lights, and like when you step on the track, it lights up. So
wait, so maybe I missed something. What's the point of the avatar again? Like, it's just to see
so you can kind of race yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's kind of like Mario Kart, like with ghosts and stuff.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. It is your ghost.
Pace. Okay, so this lap, it's going to be your best lap, and you're trying to beat your best lap. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So, so it's a weird place that they have it in the Philippines, but yeah, it's 200 meters long, so 4 times is a mile. I think 4 times. Does that sound about right? 4 times? No,
sure. I don't know.
2 times. 2 times is a mile. So either way, that's my mindfuck of the week. Any thoughts on that? You guys are speechless. How much it worked?
I mean, I guess for like competitive people. Oh, go ahead, Justin.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. That's basically it, really. I mean, it's kind of crazy that long for them to kind of do something like that. I kind of think because like Mario Kart's back from like '98, so or something 99 to 2000. Like, it's probably even Ghost Racing. Like, that concept existed way before, but I guess technology just wasn't there, or they just didn't have the money back in that time.
Yeah.
But no, it's a cool idea for people that do that. I'm not gonna be, my ass won't be on that track anytime soon. We're in the Philippines too. I don't like fucking running, so.
Yeah. I think it's pretty cool. I mean, I see the benefit for like actual runners. So now instead of like just having like a time to beat, they can have a visual thing to beat. I guess that might help them.
Yeah.
It's like they can see another person like to beat instead of a time.
Yeah, it's definitely. Well, go ahead, Brandon.
Well, I was gonna agree with Tony. Like, I mean, I could see like, if you see your best time ahead of you, you're gonna push yourself a little harder. Which definitely helps. I mean, like all those athletic trainers and stuff like that are training.
Instead of trying to time in your head, you just can see
right
the visual of you need to beat this time.
It's like you finish a lap, you check your time, you're like, oh fuck, I missed.
Right.
With this, you can be like, oh, I'm a little behind. Let me pick up the pace.
Yeah. Could they? It would be pretty cool if they could like put like skins on the person. Like it's still your running avatar, but they put like skins on it. So like they're like, oh, I hate this person. Let me make it so I can beat them.
So everybody puts reverse flash on the screen.
Right.
Basically.
Reverse Tony.
Yeah. Reverse Tony. Is he white?
Branden. So wait, am I reverse Branden then?
Yes.
So then Justin is reverse Steven. hashtag reverse person. I don't know.
Reverse person.
Inverse. We're not changing the name of the show, Tony. Okay, we're all
reverse.
We're not doing the cha-cha slide. All right, we're moving.
Cross.
All right, news topic number 3. So Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, and Angelina Jolie were rumored for Universal's, what do they call it, the Dark World or Dark Universe?
The Monster Universe?
Yeah, the Monster Universe. So The Rock has been rumored to be the Wolfman, and Angelina Jolie has been rumored to be the Bride of Frankenstein. So what do you guys think? Last week we talked about Benicio del Toro, Johnny Depp and
Javier
Bardem as the Invisible Man and Dr. Frankenstein. So what do you guys think of these potential castings?
I guess it's all right. I think we're at the point The Rock might need to kind of slow it down a little bit. So he doesn't get like, oh no, so he might, I don't know, so he doesn't get like too over exposed. Yeah. I think that was like going back to one of my favorite movies, Beverly Hills Cop. I feel like Eddie Murphy kind of did that to himself because there was a very set amount of time where he was like in everything, and then like after a certain point, he just kind of fell off. And I feel like that happens to a lot of actors sometimes.
Well, I feel like they do that on purpose though, so that they can get as much money while they're still as popular in that block of time, and then they can go back and do it. I don't know. That's just another point of view looking at it. So
okay, I can see it. Yeah.
I mean, it seems like it'll be a different kind of pace from what he's going from. Like mostly he's done like comedies or action lately, or / comedy with Fast and Furious and stuff like that. So in this one, based off of what I've seen from The Mummy, it seems like it'll be a little more serious. So it'll give him a little chance to be, more intense and more serious rather than comedic, which I guess could help him.
And if he looks that way now, Jesus Christ, how's it work? He's actually changing.
Like they'll just
he just grows hair on his head.
Yeah, they'll just glue him and throw some hair on him, and that's it.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Tony though. At least for The Rock, it's like okay, so he's gonna be in Jumanji, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's gonna be in he's Black Adam.
Yeah.
And now this.
He just had Baywatch.
Just had Fast and Furious. I feel like he's in at all times he's on a movie in a theater. Which, the gal's point, yes, he's probably just trying to make as much money as possible. But sometimes I feel like people just get like oversaturated with someone, and they're just like, okay, like, because the thing is, Baywatch. I don't know. I didn't see it, but I've heard a lot of mixed things. Like that wasn't that good of a movie.
Yeah.
Some people said it was okay, and other people said Rock tried to play on Twitter was actually going like critics don't know what they're talking about. on Rotten Tomatoes we have like an okay rating with credit or like people, but I'm like, well, yeah. So, but I mean, sometimes that happens with movies. So, I don't know. With Angelina Jolie, I'm fine with the casting for both of it. I'm just like, how much of the Rock are we gonna get before it's like, okay, dude, like maybe take like 6 months off to not be in a movie and like, because he was in like that disaster movie. I forget what that movie was called.
Oh no, man, yeah, San Andreas.
Yeah, like he's been in a ton of movies in like the past like 3 years. I feel like, and it's like it's not slowing down.
I feel like that happened with Angelina Jolie. I think like she was in a bunch of stuff and she just kind of vanished.
Well, no, she vanished because she had 8 kids. That's why she. That's why she vanished. Plus, didn't she have some type of cancer at some point?
I didn't know.
Yeah, I was like, what?
No, I'm pretty sure she wasn't cancer, but she did have some type of something medical. Yeah, something medical issue.
I know she's been doing more directorial like positions rather than acting lately.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
I still think. Oh, so so the thing was they feared she could have ovarian cancer, so she had her ovaries removed.
Oh.
So.
Jeez.
Yeah. So that's See, I wasn't lying.
But her being cast first makes me wonder if like she'll be the focal point rather than the actual monster, or the actual monster it's himself.
Well, do you think they would have a separate movie? Didn't they have a separate movie called Bride of Frankenstein?
From what I understand, that's the first one after the Mummy is Bride of Frankenstein.
Oh.
Like, I'm not super interested in this whole entire universe, but I could have sworn when I was reading about the story from last week, they had mentioned that they hadn't casted it yet, but supposedly that one was next, and then what was the one after that? Maybe it was Wolfman, I don't know, but I remember they said that one was going to come out, and everyone was kind of like, so you're not just doing a Frankenstein movie first? Like, what's the... But I guess that's kind of what that one is. I don't know. Like I said, that whole universe to me is just like, okay.
I mean, it could actually be like she's legit the Bride of Frankenstein. Like Javier Bardem's character is creating her for him, not for the monster.
Yeah, because we don't know, because this whole thing's a universe. So maybe in the Mummy somehow Frankenstein is thrown into it somehow.
So
although that comes out soon, so
this article on Cinema Blend has Dracula actually as the next one.
They haven't even cast him yet, though, right?
No, they haven't. So yeah, Dracula, the Bride of Frankenstein, and then Frankenstein, and then the Invisible Man. So
see, like I like all that stuff, but just that I saw that Mummy trailer and I was just like,
you're like,
probably something I'll see. Like there'll be something I'll see, but I probably won't really be like, I don't know. I'm not gonna go to probably see it in theaters because I won't get a babysitter for that. Fuck that shit. I ain't paying.
You wouldn't even get a babysitter for Wonder Woman, you douche.
The funny thing is too is like Phoenix will be asleep. Like he goes to sleep at 6:30, 7 o'clock. I just need someone to sit in the house and watch TV. And if he wakes up, feed him and put him back in the crib. Like it's not a hard job. But I'm just like, I don't know if I want to pay someone $40 to do this.
just tell your friend Mark come. Like, hey, here's a bear.
You know what?
What's the baby?
For fuck's sake, I didn't even think about that. Mark can probably handle that.
You really haven't thought about that? I just thought you didn't want Mark watching a baby.
Probably. Well, the thing is, Phoenix would just have to stay asleep. If he woke up, Mark would be like, nah.
I'm calling Justin.
Like, you want to play some Destiny, baby?
Right. All right.
Here, Mark. Here's money for a pizza. Just watch my baby in the monitor. Don't be creepy about it.
He's gonna be all up in the screen.
He's just like,
goodness gracious. All right, Mark, we love you. Watch Justin's baby. Nintendo Switch. So the Nintendo finally came out and gave some information on their online service, which I think finally they listened to the consumer base on what they were going to do. Excuse me. So $20 a year gets you basically unlimited access to old Nintendo games, as well as like whatever the chatting or whatever other features it comes with. The big thing is you get unlimited access to whatever old Nintendo games they have available on the service.
I've heard as of right now it's just NES games, like that's it right now. So they haven't said Super Nintendo, 64, GameCube. I mean, I'm probably gonna do it. I mean, I have a Switch, so I can't.
I'm gonna say you're the only one with a Switch.
Yeah. So. And I mean, if they say like you get like everything GameCube down for like $20 a month, like you can just play the whole library, like the Xbox. Well, not like the Xbox Game Pass, but kind of like that kind of thing. Yeah. I'd jump on it in a second. I mean,
yeah, it definitely kind of. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I'm just saying because I'm fiending for like a virtual console right now. That's jeez.
I was gonna say it definitely makes sense why they got rid of the classic now.
Mm.
I mean, I guess they don't want that competing with their whole online service.
But are they still going to do a NES class? I mean, in the rumor they're going to.
It's rumored that they're going to do a SNES Classic, but to go with Brandon's point is so they did the NES Classic, but now their service is coming out, and we know for sure that NES games will be on there, but we don't know if NES or SNES games will be on there. So basically, what they could do is just like they did with NES Classic, is do the SNES and then to only make a certain amount, and then once that's production is stopped, then they can add those games to the service so that people are like, well, I didn't get an SNES Classic, so now I have to go get either get the Switch or I have the Switch, then I have to get the service. So it could be.
There's also a big thing with this. They're adding online play to these games. So like some of these games, you'll be able to play online with your friends, multiplayer. Like, for instance, like I know Dr. Mario was one of them. I don't know. Did they have a two? I don't remember if I even played that game.
It did have a 2-player game.
Yeah. So like you'll be able to play that most likely with a friend online, like which you obviously didn't do back in Nintendo days. That wasn't a thing. So that's kind of a big deal. But what's included with that $20 is online gameplay. So kind of like, Xbox Live, PSN, and then online lobby and voice chat, which we'll get to in a minute. And then that classic game selection and then eShop deals. So they also said on Kotaku's article that they got Nintendo to comment, they're still going to have Virtual Console. Like this is separate from Virtual Console. So I'm thinking that if they have like the GameCube and stuff, that'll be something you have to pay per game. Hopefully they kind of do it like Xbox with their backwards and it works forward for the future for next systems and stuff. Because buying it, but I think what this kind of solves is like, I know I've bought the original Super Mario Brothers, like 3 times because I got it on like the Wii and then I got it on the Wii U, so 2 times. And like if you wanted on DS, you had to buy it, again. So it's like this kind of solves that, and they're gonna add games to it every month, so that's kind of cool. So I'm just curious. I want more details about this though. They're probably gonna talk about it at E3. They probably just kind of got this out, and $20 though. The price is right. So I mean, they're adding online gameplay to these games, so that's pretty cool. Originally, it was going to be for like a month, and then we're going to take them away. And like you said, this is actually a rare case where Nintendo's like listening, where it's like before you kind of were just like, oh, whatever, we're on our own track, you just deal with it. Now they're like, we're listening. Okay, so you want to keep these games indefinitely? Yeah, I guess there is really no reason you shouldn't be able to have these games indefinitely. So they're putting them in the collection, and they're there now. So that's really cool.
Yeah. I kind of wish that they separated they made the $20 like just the Virtual Console stuff. And like the what was the other thing? It's virtual. If you get the NES games every month, it's online play. And what else is in the $20? What else is in?
It's eShop deals and the voice chat.
Yeah, the eShop deals and like the games every month. Because quite honestly, I will probably never like play online with my Switch because I feel like this is just me. I feel like Nintendo's is more of a
single player.
No, well that and like you in a group, like actually with people, like when we at your house, Steve, and playing Mario Kart. Like I feel like when I think of like Nintendo, Mario Kart, and all that stuff, I think of it like a in person kind of thing.
Hey, by the way, Tony, you need to buy more controllers so that we can all play Mario Kart.
Well, I just technically need to buy one controller. I just need to buy another Joy-Con set.
The set.
Well, I think it's like $70. I think it's like $70 or $90.
Yeah,
they're very
not cheap.
Even, but the dock, that little plastic dock, I think it's $90 to buy another one.
Yeah, a little plastic piece of shit.
Yes, $90.
Like, literally just like an HDMI fucking port in a fucking plastic container.
Yep.
God.
Yeah.
Well, so let's go keep on the Nintendo. So the final news topic is so they came out with their headset. I guess the Switch headset. You guys had to kind of explain this too. So basically, for the headset. For the Switch, you have to connect it from the Switch to the adapter and then to the headset, but then from the headset to the adapter to your phone via the auxiliary ports. So you have to have all of that connected just to talk to your friends online.
Yeah, now on the flip side, this is the perfect example of Nintendo still not getting online. Why do you have to use your cell phone in an app? From what people were saying in the comments on the story was that it's probably for battery life, but then you're just draining the battery life on your phone. And if you have an iPhone, you don't have an auxiliary port, so you have to use the adapter to put it in your Lightning port. Unless you have a adapter so that you have 2 Lightning ports. I think Belkin makes one. I have it. And then you can charge your phone and this. So otherwise, you're going to be draining your Switch, your battery and the freaking battery on your phone. It's just, I don't know. It seems like way too many steps where they could have just literally been like cable from the headset to the Switch and you're done. But it's probably a battery life thing. I'm sure once they tested it, it just really dramatically brought the life of the thing down. But I'm kind of like, when are you really using a headset to chat, you know, when you're in that mode, I guess? I don't know. Like on the move, I guess. Like, I guess you could play online on the move if you're playing Splatoon or something. But I don't know. It seems like kind of just a weird situation there.
Well, I feel like if you playing, I feel like it's more for when you dock. I feel like if you're like moving around with it, you're probably like with your friends playing like Splatoon. Like, oh
Right.
no, like,
Right. Like,
where
why
would
would
you
you need a headset?
yeah, where would you be in handheld mode? Like on the bus, but
Yeah, like in the bus or an airplane, maybe.
the
But
hotspot. Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
does the Switch actually have like a headphone jack?
yeah, you can plug a head.
Yeah, so like I was gonna say like maybe, but that doesn't even count. So it's like only if you really want to chat. And it's like I'm not gonna want to be playing like online Splatoon with people on an airplane and being like fucking new. Yeah, you know, like that's not gonna be a fucking situation where I'm gonna be chatting with people. I just would probably just be like I'm gonna play a single player game where I don't have to have, you know, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know, it just doesn't all these steps and then have it. You have to download an app and then use that as your thing for the. It's like what. There's just too much to it. And it's like, I don't know. I just don't get. Was like, they're getting better online, but there's still a distant third, I think, between Xbox and PlayStation. But Xbox and PlayStation are like miles ahead in figuring out how online gaming should work.
Well, the thing too that I would so even if you are on an airplane, if the airplane doesn't have Wi-Fi, can't you not play online anyway?
Exactly. Right. Or a bus.
You have to pay for it or something.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Oh, that's real dumb.
You know, it just doesn't. I don't know. I just feel like it's over convoluted.
Yep.
It doesn't need to be. And it was almost kind of like what they were going to do with that game collection thing. They're going to be like, oh, you can have this game for a month, and then after a month, we're getting rid of it forever. And you're like, why though? Like, what if I really want to play it? Like, if you're adding online play, why are you putting the time in to make this an online game and then just take it away after a month? Why wouldn't you just let me keep it so I can play it forever? And they're like, oh, yeah, I guess you're right.
Those Americans.
Nintendo's real dumb. But they get all our money, so.
Konnichiwa. Yeah, if they announce a Metroid Prime game or any Metroid game, yeah, I'll be getting a Switch.
If they mention a Pokemon game at E3, I will be buying a Switch.
That'd be another one. But it has to be like, not a Pokemon Stadium. It'd have to be like a Pokemon like RPG.
Yeah.
I was about to say, Steven, if they announced the E3, like they remastered Red and Blue, Gold and Silver for the Switch, how quickly would you buy it?
Day one. Well, whenever the game was available.
You just run out.
Yeah, just. It'd be more like swipe.
Shut up and take my money.
Yeah.
Be like Scorpio, fuck that shit, I'm out.
Now I'm getting it too.
No, I would just be like, hey, honey, I traded in my Xbox for a Switch. And she'd be like, wait, what? And I'd be like, nothing. Don't worry about it.
You're like, I put it on the Best Buy card anyway, so I got a new Xbox One S. All right. Branden, what grinds your gears?
Oh.
Rant section.
All right, so man, I don't know if you guys have ever had this said to you or you've said it to somebody. I probably said it to a few people a couple times, but the quote is "You're too nice." Basically, I feel like it's something that's always said in almost like a condescending way. It's like, hey, stop being a good person, you know? And I don't know, I feel like most of the time, myself included, when I've said it, it's kind of to justify like how I would have handled a situation, which wouldn't have been as good as that person, you know?
I would have been more of an asshole.
Yeah, exactly. But I just feel like it's something that doesn't need to exist, you know? If more people were too nice, the world would be a lot better place. And you know, if someone's ever said that to you, you should probably be pretty proud of yourself. So that's my rant.
That's your rant. So people saying you're too nice. People saying it to you, or just overall in general, people saying it?
Just overall in general, you know, I mean, like,
yeah.
I mean, obviously, like, I've probably said it a few times in the past, but like, That's just unnecessary to me.
I guess people saying people saying you're too nice. It's like, no, I'm not too nice. I'm just nice.
Yeah.
You are not a nice person. Is
Right.
basically kind of how it is. So
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Damn, is this the first like kind of positive rant we've had so far? I feel like we're all so
Of
negative
course,
every
it's
time.
branded. Positivity.
Yeah, because he's reverse Tony, so that's why it was positive.
Right.
Goddamn right. I was just about to say, Brandon, you never said I was too nice. So.
Yeah, said you're an asshole though.
That's because you ain't shit.
But no, I've definitely heard that before when I was put in the friend zone once. You're just too nice. I'm like, so what? You want to be with an asshole? Like, what the fuck's this shit? Like,
Preach, Justin, preach.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. It's just, it's not to get deep here, but like when I was single before I met Melissa, like in between my two major relationships in my life, it was like that was like what things are like. Oh, I remember the one person that I kind of had a crush on. She was friends with me. So, oh, you're just too nice, and I'm just like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, am I supposed to be like an asshole? Be like, bitch, fuck you. Like, no, that's not how fucking the world works. And like people say, oh, you're too nice. It's like, what was I supposed to do? Just be a complete dickhead? Like, I don't know. Just like the inverse of that is like not being nice. So it's, or is it like, how do you be like, oh, well, you helped that person across the street. You should just got them halfway and be like, see ya. Like, how do you, like, what does that even mean?
Yeah,
like,
I think like when people say it, kind of like Brandon was saying, like it's less of a insult to you. It's kind of like showing them how awful they are. It's like, oh, you're too nice, and like you're saying, like, well, what was I supposed to do? Like,
yeah.
Oh,
like,
you
I would
gave
have
that-
his ass.
yeah.
You're too nice.
you should have
Actually-
helped that old lady across the street and then beaten her with her cane.
Actually, on this past week, somebody actually said that to me when a friend of mine, well, coworker, Brendan, not Brandon, Brandon knows who he is. His car died, so like I stayed after and like helped him get his, charge his battery and all that stuff, and it still didn't work. And I told him, hey, I'll give you a ride home if he lives in Virginia. Like, hey, I'll give you a ride home, if it doesn't start. And like I told somebody that, and it's like, oh, you're a little too nice. I wouldn't have did that. I was like, all right.
Like, you're a fucked up person for that.
That's the thing. Right. That's just being a good person.
Yeah.
Just being a selfless person, and there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, being too nice, the only negative of that is that sometimes people take advantage of that. But that's like they know that you're super nice, so they're just like, oh, I know if I go, hey man, can you give me a ride home? Or oh, hey man, can you, give me your kidney? They'll be like, yeah, sure, that's fine. You can have my kidney. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the only negative about being too nice. And then like sometimes like when people say, oh, you're too nice, are they saying like, oh, you're too nice, people are taking advantage of you? Or like, yeah, that's the only way I can see like where it's justified. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, I can handle myself. If I want to be nice and do that, that's fine. You don't need to tell me I'm too nice. You can say, oh, that was really nice of you. That's like that's a compliment. Saying you're too nice is like almost condescending, like, oh, you shouldn't have been that nice. And it's like, well, fuck you. Just because you're a cold hard piece of shit. I'll give you a ride to the border, but then you got to walk the rest of the way.
That's racist.
How is that racist?
Who you gonna ride
the rest of the way is racist.
To the Canadian border.
Yeah.
I was talking from Maryland to Virginia. Jesus Christ.
Oh, true.
Oh, we're
still on the
racist.
story about taking the ride.
Right? Roll racist. All right. Let's get into we're not even gonna call them 30-second reviews anymore because Justin talks too long.
Or I give like 6 reviews when I'm drunk.
I know. Brandon, you're reviewing.
I'm reviewing a band and their album. The band is called The Millennium. Their album came out March of this year, so it's not too long ago. The album is called But Do We Ever Ask Ourselves? It's a really, really good album. It's one of those albums where it kind of grows on you the more you listen to it, and I feel like those tend to be the best ones. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10 just because it's been growing on me so much.
What type of music is this?
It's kind of like a light alternative. I don't know if you know these two bands, but it's kind of like a mix between May, M-A-E, and Search the City. Maybe another comparison would be like Mr. Wives, but with a male singer. Basically, like it's a really good album. And then also one of the great things I like about it is like I feel like with a lot of albums, they kind of drag out on the end. Like, you know, the last few songs of the end of the album aren't that as good, but I feel like they really hit it off like with probably one of the best songs on the CD with the last CD or last song on the album. So it's a really good album, and I definitely recommend you guys listening to it as well.
There you go. Listen to it on Apple Music, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So Apple Music, or I'm assuming it probably is on Spotify.
I'm sure it's on Spotify as well. Yeah. And then I mean YouTube too. So
YouTube. Yeah, just watch us on YouTube, and then you can go watch the Millennium after you watch us. Justin.
I'm reviewing the Netflix show Black Mirror season 3 because I didn't watch season 2 or 1 yet because I went backwards because I watched the trailer and it looked super interesting, so I wanted to watch what was in the trailer. It's basically kind of like a Twilight Zone-esque kind of thing where it's like a near future reality, and there's like self-contained. Yeah, each episode is like its own self-contained thing. It's not like, it's almost like an hour-long movie just about like a certain kind of like reality. And honestly, it might be my new favorite show. I really love that type of stuff where it's like mind-bending, and like usually it was always like a half hour in the show. Like I was like trying to still figure out what the hell was even going on, and then all of a sudden like something happens. You're like, oh fuck, that's what's going on. And then like it's kind of like how it all plays out afterwards. It's actually a really weird thing about it is it's kind of like a lot of it's all like plausible and like super possible and almost kind of real in some ways now in some of them. There's one where the premise of it is everyone has like a rating. That's the first episode, and people obsessing about that. And it's kind of like now with like in social media with like likes and shares and like this popularity and viral and stuff like that. And it really like says a lot, and it really got me like thinking. And I love things like that. I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. It's just literally, honestly, it's probably my favorite show right now. I've been looking for something like that since like Lost, like that kind of like thing where you're watching. Although I kind of want to feel like it's better than Lost. Lost is one of my favorite shows ever, but I really just like how it's like a self-contained thing each episode, and you can just watch. You don't have to watch it in order. So, I mean, Tony says season 1 and 2 are better. We actually watched the first episode too. It was a little strange, but all of it's kind of strange. But it's really, really good show.
So 10 out of 10 for Black Mirror season 3.
So, Justin, what's your favorite episode so far? In season 3, what was your favorite one?
The San Bernardino one.
San Junipero?
San Junipero.
Juniper? San Juniper, whatever it is.
Because literally, like the whole first half of that episode, I was like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, well, this, and then this is happening. And I'm like, what the hell? And then like, kind of had it figured out. And like me and my wife were like kind of like in the middle of the show, like talking, like, is this happening? Is that? And then literally it was like, it was close, but different. And we're like, oh, that's fucking cool. And like just the whole storyline and everything about it was really cool. I also like what was the other one? I think it was the second episode with the video game.
Okay.
That one was like I still after that episode we literally just like stopped for a second. We're just like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Like the fuck? Yeah, really good show. I suggested to anyone that likes like deep mind fuck type. If you like Steven's mind fuck segment, you'll love that show.
I guess that's
really good show.
Probably watch it then, huh?
Yeah, there are actually 6 more episodes that are coming out soonish. I know they were recording like earlier this year. So they should be. The last season came out, last season came out in October of last year. So, but I've been hearing after I saw that, I was like, when's the next season of this? Like, I want to see more of this. And they were talking season 4 was already being filmed. Jodie Foster's doing an episode. I think each episode's a different director too.
Mm-hmm.
So,
pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. I'll definitely add it to the list. All right, Tony. I think you and I are going to be reviewing the same thing. Kind of easy to see.
Also, hashtag death to Steven.
Jeez.
What reference? You're dead.
Jesus Christ.
Tony gets it.
Now something.
The whole Reddit, by the way, the whole Reddit for this show is literally that. Just people in the comments going hashtag death to something. Watch the show and it'll make sense.
Okay.
See, Aaron won't watch it because I tried to get her to watch it. She won't watch it.
Oh, all right. That's fine. I'll watch it by myself.
She. Hashtag Aaron ain't shit.
Damn!
Shut up.
Tony, it's going to take her 3 months for her
it's
to
like
hear
by August.
anyway, so.
Yeah, I know.
What the fuck was that in season episode
Like,
30?
what?
Motherfucker!
Hashtag I love Aaron. Aaron's my buddy. Of the backtracking hard.
Right? All right, Tony.
You want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
You can go first.
I was actually
You go
I was actually thinking about changing minds, so you could have. You can take it. I'll change mine. Go ahead. You take it.
Well,
Go
you could do yours, son. You could do yours, your new one.
All right. Mine is a partial review for House of Cards season 5. Sorry. Season 5 came out last week with Kevin Spacey and Robin Wright. Is it right? Robin Wright.
Yes.
Jenny from Forrest Gump, who
Yeah.
Who we'll talk about. I guess Steven will talk about her in a second.
Yeah.
I like this a silence. Yeah, I really like season 5 so far. I only have like 2 episodes left. It's a very good political thriller. I don't know if any of you have seen House of Cards at all.
It's on my list.
Watch.
I haven't.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's on the list.
Okay, it's just a very good political thriller about the Underwoods and their quest for power with Frank Underwood, and Claire Underwood. Season 5 has been very good. It's very, you can tell that they have kept a very close watch on the politics of now, because a lot of stuff in this season, they're dealing with a lot of the stuff we're dealing with now, like stuff with like Edward Snowden, Russia, and kind of a president that nobody likes. So, or a lot of people don't like. So, I would say check it out.
Check it out. House of Cards.
What's your score so far?
What's your score so far?
I would give this a 7.5 out of 10. I think it's good, but I think as the seasons have gone on, they've lost a little. It's still good. It's very good, but it loses a little bit as it's gone on when it gets further away from like the first season.
Gotcha. So 7.5 out of 10 for the first half of season 5 of House of Cards.
Well, I mean, I only have 2 episodes. It's out of 13. I mean, I've watched 11 episodes. It's 13.
Yeah.
So.
Gotcha. All right. So my review is going to be on Wonder Woman. Came out this weekend with Gal Gadot and also Robin Wright, as Tony had mentioned. I'm just going to give you my score is 11 out of 10.
That was not 11.
11 out of 10. I don't know what that's.
2 out of 10.
Anyway, 11 out of 10. So the movie was so good. I can't even really explain. It was like it started out as like a superhero-ish movie, but it ended up being more kind of a war movie type thing, with superhero, tendencies and stuff like that. So it was a very good movie. I've taken a day to think about it, and I will probably say it's in my definite top 3 of superhero movies of Marvel and DC, like all superhero movies. It's definitely in my top 3. I don't know why I like for DC. I like Wonder Woman she's my favorite DC character. I don't know why, and also Gal Gadot just does an amazing job. I think from what you saw in Batman vs Superman to like her own standalone movie, I think she did a really good job, portraying the character. And so Chris Pine's character was pretty good too. I'm not sure I don't know his background from the comics or anything, but he played a pretty good.
Wait, Chris Pratt's in it?
Chris Pine.
No, Chris
I
Pine.
think it's Pratt. I was like, what the?
No. Chris Pine is in it. Yeah, he plays Steve Trevor. But yeah, so also, yeah, Tony, you had mentioned Robin Wright. At first, I didn't realize that was her in the movie when we were watching it. I was like, man, she looks so familiar, but I cannot think of like who it is. So
And I was gonna
run, Diana, run.
Right. Yeah. What were you gonna say, Brandon?
I was gonna try to say her character's name, but I would just fuck it up.
Yeah, it's so in this article I'm looking at, it's the way it's spelled as Antiope, but in the movie, she kept saying, I thought it was Happy. She said Aunt Happy is the way that she pronounced it.
Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah.
So I was like, her name's Happy, like. Yeah, but.
So when I originally started saying stuff about this movie, I was kind of confused when they said that she was Robin White was in it. I thought that Dr. Poison was her, like she was the act. Cause I always see like glimpses. I saw like very faint like pictures of Dr. Poison. I was like, oh, that's who Robin White is. I was like, oh, okay. Didn't know. I was like, oh, okay.
No,
Poison.
Yeah.
Poison.
11 out of 10 for me for Wonder Woman. I will definitely. I'm jealous that you're going again today, Tony. So
Can we play? We can't play music in this thing anymore, right?
yeah, we can
I
play
mean, you
music.
can.
Steve, what are you gonna do? I was gonna be like,
Oh wait.
can you even hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna do while you doing it.
So funny story about that actually. On the way home yesterday, I don't know if you guys can see where my ringtone is. You see what
Wonder
that's
Woman.
right next to ringtone? I bought that ringtone last night. So
You bought a ringtone? What is this, 1999?
I know, right? Well,
2009?
yeah. So,
I'm gonna have to show you how to make ringtones.
Do you use Audacity? Justin?
Yes.
Okay.
I know how to make ringtones, but I just don't feel like making ringtones. So,
We're old. We don't have time for that stuff.
right? Yeah, we don't have time for that. All right. That should do it for our review section. We got one more discussion before
I got
we
a
wrap up.
review.
Oh, Justin has a review again. Another one?
Yeah, it's having a baby at 6 months. It's
Okay.
very-
Get the fuck out of here.
Moving on.
Get out of here.
Hey, guest appearance by Aaron.
Guest appearance by my wife.
My wife.
What color?
Ask him to review Wonder Woman.
What would you give Wonder Woman out of 10? What would you give Wonder Woman out of 10?
Tread lightly.
I'm looking for a yellow highlighter. She's finding it. So out of 10.
Yellow highlighter out of 10. Got it.
Is that good?
Well, yellow
she doesn't-
highlighter is the best highlighter, I would say. Most common.
She
Yeah.
gave it a 9. 9 out of 10 from Aaron on Wonder Woman. She's
Wrong.
like,
It's a 10.
all
I haven't
right.
seen it.
Yeah, no. You should go see it today. Have Mark babysit.
We're watching Extreme Rules tonight. No can do.
Mm.
Cool.
Is she whispering?
She was whispering. Yes, she did. Okay, so worst movie you've ever watched. We're gonna start with Justin.
All right. First, see, I got like 2. One I love, even though it's because it's terrible, and one is just terrible and I hate. So I'm gonna do one terrible hate. I'll give you an honorable mention at the end. It's Batman and Robin. Is literally the worst fucking movie of all fucking time. Literally the worst. Absolutely the worst movie of all time. Chill out. Like, he has a fucking Batman credit card. Fucking worst movie ever. Like, just stupid movie. Like, this morning I was like, I'm going to refresh myself on how terrible this movie is. And I watched a thing that was the 100 worst lines from Batman and Robin. 100 worst lines. And all of them were cringy. Everything's a pun on ice or plants or green or ice again or ice. And Arnold is terrible at doing the talking. Like, he is awful. Like, worst Mr. Freeze they could have picked. They could have picked anyone. It would have been better. Bane looks like a fucking idiot, which isn't Bane. Bane was actually played by a wrestler. If I remember correctly. I forgot what wrestler it was, but
Yeah, I don't know.
it's just everything about that movie is terrible. And just like the worst part, oh my god, is when they suit up and it's like, look at the butts in the bat suit. Look at her boobs in the bat suit. Look at his dick in the bat suit. It is the fucking worst. I almost want to watch that movie. What we should do when I'm in DC is we should all get in a room with my mic, watch the movie live, and do like a movie cast and just rail on that movie like Mystery Science Theater and just rail on that movie. Be like, this is terrible. This is terrible. Because that movie is fucking garbage.
So the guy that played Bane was not a wrestler.
No?
His name was Jeep Swenson. He was an actor. Yeah, it doesn't say he was a wrestler, but he also died the same year that Batman and Robin came out, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, the movie's that bad?
Yeah, I guess. All right.
It's so terrible.
So Screen Rant has a list of worst movies all time. I don't know how old the list is, but Batman and Robin's in the top 10 for worst movies all time.
Mm.
So thought that was pretty funny. All right, Tony.
This is very hard because I
That's
normally
what she said.
Oh. So he was a wrestler. Before playing Bane and Batman and Robin, Jeep Swenson competed in both world-class championship wrestling and WCW.
Oh, cool.
But he wasn't a major wrestler, but he just,
Yeah.
Continue, sorry.
I I don't think this is the worst movie I've ever seen, but it's a movie I think about it every once in a while. I'm just like, oh, that sucks. There's The Happening with Mark Wahlberg and I think John Leguizamo was in there too at some point.
Yeah, and Emily Deschanel or Zoe? No,
Zoe Deschanel.
Yeah, Zoe
So.
Deschanel.
Yeah. I just think it's a real dumb movie. I don't care if the trees want to kill people. I could care less. I'm upset. I love Mother Nature, but I mean, I don't know. I just didn't really like it. I thought it was pretty dumb. And thank God M. Night has come to his senses recently. And that's it. That's all I got for that. I don't like a lot of the bad movies I watch, kind of like what Justin saying, are like actually good. They're so bad they're good. Like I love Commando. I don't know if any of you ever seen that movie, Commando, with Arnold Schwarzenegger. It is the cheesiest movie you'll ever see, but it is fantastic.
You like watching it?
Like if that movie came out today, Jesus Christ, they pick it apart. But it is a fantastic movie. I'm done.
You done? So that movie, The Happening on IMDb, looks like it's got a 34 Metacritic score. So pretty hilarious.
Someone's made Batman vs Superman.
So on IMDb, Batman and Robin actually got a 28 Metacritic score. So let's see what Branden and Mize is to see what we can.
Mine is gonna be The Comebacks. I don't know if you've ever heard of that movie before. It's basically one of those parody style movies where in the vein of like Scary Movie and what's that? Not Another Teen Movie.
Yeah.
We actually unfortunately went to see it in the theaters. And it was so bad. This is the only time we've ever done this, but we actually left the movie and got our money back. It was so bad.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was me, Tony, and like two other friends, and it was
like
so
10 minutes
terrible. Yeah, we just left.
Wow. That's pretty. So that one actually, we're getting lower and lower. So 34 for The Happening, 28 for Batman. That one actually has 25 from Metacritic. So, but mine actually tops all of yours. My worst movie of all time is The Last Airbender from M. Night Shyamalan. So that got a 20 Metascore. This movie was, like you guys had said, I didn't walk out of the movie, but this was the first movie in a movie theater I had fell asleep halfway through and slept the rest of the time. I literally just was sleeping just the whole time. It was so bad. I love the anime. I was so excited for this. Kind of skeptical when the trailer came out, and then M. Night Shyamalan just did us dirty with it. It was just so terrible. It was so bad. It hurts my heart. I wish they would redo it.
Yeah, me too.
Either that one or even Legend of Korra, I think would be a pretty cool one to do. But yeah, that's definitely. I had another honorable mention. Justin, you can say yours too. I don't know, Branden and Tony, you might have seen this. There's a movie on Sci-Fi called Ice Spiders.
No.
So like from the makers of Sharknado, Ice Spiders.
Yeah. So that was gonna be my honorable mention. I don't even know if I've watched the whole thing, but yeah, it was it got a 3.1 out of 10 on IMDb. That's how bad it was. So
my honorable mention, like I said, is a movie that I've actually seen like 3 times because I just love watching how terrible it is. It's The Room with Tommy Wiseau. If you've never, it's not a movie a lot of people have heard of, but it's known because it's terrible. Like, you're breaking my heart, Lisa. This is bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. Like, that's literally a line in the movie. And like, it's so like, anytime there's like dead time, they're literally playing catch with a football from like me to my wall, which is like 3 feet from me. There's like, oh, and then there's one time where the chick's mom, she's like, well, I definitely have breast cancer. No other mention of it in the movie. No plot reason for it. Just, I have breast cancer. Moving on. And she's like, and then like the best part is she's telling her daughter, I have breast cancer. And then literally like, she's like, well, Tommy's an asshole. Like it's like the part like, she's like, your mom has breast cancer. And you're like, well, my fiance's a dick. Like,
Trying to one up your mom's breast cancer.
Yeah, and actually, it's such a popular bad movie. Like for being a bad movie, what's his name? Seth Rogen's like best friend, Franco. The Franco brothers, Dave and James, are redoing the movie or doing a movie based on one of the actors in the movie. He wrote a book about like the behind the scenes and stuff. They're making a movie. I think it actually comes out this fall, I believe, or late summer. It's like, and they're playing the characters and actually like doing the movie, like redoing the movie, like just because it's so bad. There's like books and it's just such a fucking funny movie. It's just there's like a sex scene also like every 20 minutes, and the guy is always his pelvis is like where her belly button would be. So it's like, are you fucking her belly button? Like, what's going on right here? Like, I don't know. I definitely suggest everyone watching it once because it is just such a fucking hilariously terrible movie. Melissa and my other friend Joe's wife Jen were like, it was like we do Friendsgiving every year, and Mark owns the movie, so he brought it over and like, oh, we don't watch this crap, and then we're like, come on, just watch it. Like, all right, whatever. So they watched it, and they literally were like, that was hilarious because it was so bad. It's like the worst acting ever. There's my favorite part. Okay, last thing I'll say about it. There's part he's like, this one, like they finally like she's cheating basically on her fiance because she's like bored or whatever. I don't know, something stupid. But anyways, at one point they're about to fight. He goes, "You're just a chicken." Like, who would do that in a fight? Like, I don't know. It's just the best movie ever.
That sounds real
Top
weird.
3 favorite and also worst.
So I have an honorable mention.
Right.
It's this movie called Rubber.
Tired.
Yes, it is literally the entire time you're watching it, you're just like, what the fuck am I watching right now? It's basically about a tire.
A homicidal car tire?
Yep, a homicidal tire that has telekinesis or something like that, or
it like just starts shaking.
Yeah, and then it makes people explode and shit. And like, there's literally a scene for like 5 minutes where it's just sitting in a rocking chair watching NASCAR, and you're like, what the fuck is this?
So funny enough, that actually got a 59 on Metacritic.
What did the room get? I'm curious.
Let me see.
Yeah, but Robert, my friend started watching that when we were playing board games one time, and I was just like, what the fuck are you actually watching right now? I was like, Rubber. And I'm like, what is it? There's just a tire. And he's just like, yeah, that's the movie. Like, okay.
Oh, man.
No score yet, based on
No
2
score.
critics.
That's how terrible,
That's how terrible that movie is.
Wants to watch it.
3, and they don't even want to review it yet. Good God. Let me see if IMDb has something on it. So IMDb, I got a 3.6 out of 10. That's pretty low. Tony, did you have an honorable mention?
Nah, not off the top of my head.
Oh, I have one more. Sorry. It's Spider-Man 3.
Emo Spider-Man.
You're a disgrace to Spider-Man. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Hey guys, I'm Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Hair flip.
Wasn't Batman and Robin also like the last like Batman movie before like Batman Begins?
Yep.
Because that movie literally just like took it the wrong complete way.
Yeah.
It was more like the TV show with Adam West than it was like a superhero movie. God, it's so terrible.
You didn't like whatever her name is Poison Ivy?
Uma Thurman.
Uma Thurman,
Yeah.
She just
Sometimes
movie wrote it terribly. Like they literally just like, how many puns can I make in a movie? The pun movie. Batman and Robin and Batgirl. Puns.
I feel like that was also the last movie Alicia Silverstone was in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like that's probably
yeah.
George Clooney's worst movie. He was a terrible Batman.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
There's one time where they're literally like surfing on windows. Like the whole, they're like,
Remember they had the ice skates on the boots?
Yeah.
oh my god, yes, the fucking ice skates. Like,
And
Oh god.
didn't the enemies kind of look like turtles? Like they had like shells and like kind of.
kind of, they're like backpacks. Like, it kind of looked like ice turtles, I guess.
Yeah.
But there was like one scene where like Mr. Freeze wants them all to sing the fucking Snow Miser or Winter, like.
Oh yeah.
He's like, sing louder! I can't hear you. Sing! Ah!
Justin, have you seen the cinema scene for that?
Huh?
Have you seen the CinemaSins for that?
No.
It's hilarious.
That
Have you
movie
seen
is just
CinemaSins before? Have you watched CinemaSins before?
No, is that like kind of like
It's basically like this guy just points out every single thing wrong with the movie.
okay?
The tab, yeah. It's hilarious.
I don't know. That could take a while because he's gonna have to review the entire fucking movie.
Yeah, it's actually The Room is a movie I've seen like 4 times because I forgot we went in the theater once and they had like a riff tracks for it, which was hilarious. Where like it's kind of a thing where like they play the movie, but they live. It was like a live event at a movie theater kind of thing. Like they weren't actually there, but it was like broadcast live on the movie theater. And literally like what they do is like as the movie, they're just making jokes about the movie as they watch it kind of thing. And it was hilarious because there's another scene where he's getting flowers and there's a dog goes, "Hi, doggy." Like that's like the lines he wrote in this movie are just fucking terrible. He just like, what is he doing? He's like, "Love is blind," and he's like got this weird like accent. Fucking madman. I love it.
Oh goodness.
I'm gonna borrow Mark's copy and we're gonna watch it. I've decided.
Okay. All
You're,
right.
like, not looking forward to it.
Well, that'll wrap up episode 13. Unless you guys have anything else, I think we're running pretty long. We're like at an hour and a half or something, right?
Something like that. Yeah.
We started around like 9:15, so yeah, like an hour and a half.
Oh, great.
Better than last week's 2-hour episode.
That was fun.
Yes.
So keep an eye out for this Wednesday E3 preview show. We'll be going over what our predictions are for E3 this weekend. Check us out on Facebook. Hi, Sky. Check us out on facebook.com/samepersonradio or fb.com/samepersonradio. You can search us on Twitter @samepersonradio. I am @Galvanator93. @Leviathan426 is Justin. @Tony Brown. Brandon has a Twitter. He doesn't really use it. Listen to us iTunes, Podbean, any other streaming service. I think that's about it. Let us know if you're listening, please. We got a lot of views, but we don't really know who's listening. So tweet us, Facebook us. Probably Facebook's probably the best way to go. Everybody has
Yeah,
Facebook.
we got someone this week that said something on Twitter that they enjoyed us.
Yeah, that's actually one of my friends. So
Oh, well, that fucking
wasn't a random person.
And then there's someone else that told us to watch our YouTube channel. I'm like, yeah, why don't you listen to our podcast too while you're at it? Please.
Yeah.
Please and thank you. I appreciate
Right,
it.
right. But yeah, let us know. Listen, subscribe, like, love, tweet us, Facebook us. E3 show.
Yeah.
Brand's a new permanent fixture.
Yay.
Yay.
How many people can we add?
This is
Eventually,
probably
it's going to
good.
be like literally the line on the Hangouts is going to go across the screen.
That's gonna be
It's the 10-person podcast. We're all the same person.
all the
We're
same.
clones. Clone
Clone
cast.
bone. Clone bone.
Clone bone. What the fuck are you talking about?
Only if you watch Archer will you get clone bone. That's it. We're done.
All right, let's just end on the clone bone then. Everyone clone bone. Have a good day.
Bye.
Later.
Yeah.